in a way that is deserving and acceptable before your sight. Abide with us, Father, as we are moving into the next part of this program. The men want to share with us, the entire church, their experiences and how we can help one another on this Christian journey. Use them to the glory of your name. It's a humble prayer in Jesus' name.
All right, the women, you are invited into Naftali's tent. There is a meeting, a short, brief meeting, then you shall be back. All right, church, this is the wonderful part of the afternoon. It is the men's talk. I can see some elders laughing. No, the women have an organization they are planning for, and they will be back shortly. So now, church, good afternoon once again. Yes, this is a wonderful discussion. The men's ministry has organized the talk for all of us, the men and women. I must assure you that at the end of this talk, we shall have herbal tea for everybody here, and we shall also have a powder that we shall take home and use as tea. Now, with me, I have two certified herbalists. At my right is Elder Sentongo. Elder Sentongo Robert. Elder Sentongo is a member of Simeon family. He's a member of Isaac family, and he has been around for a long time. He has served as an elder of children. He has served as an elder of different departments, but of now, this current regime, he is serving as assistant head of the senior citizen department, of which I'm also part of them. Elder Sentong went to the university and studied biochemistry at Chambogo University, and he's a graduate of biochemistry. Elder Sentongo is married, and he has two children, a boy and a girl. In 2009, Elder Sentongo left biochemistry and started concentrating on herbal medicine. And for 15 years, he has a wonderful expertise in herbal medicine, and we are with him today. Welcome, Elder. Microphone.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Elder. You're welcome. Next elder Sentongo is Mrs. Elizabeth Rule. Mrs. Elizabeth Rule comes from Reuben family. She's married to the head of men's ministries, Dr. Rule. Where are you? Dr. Rule is around also, but I think he's organizing something. Mrs. Elizabeth Rule has 4 wonderful children, boys and girls. Mrs. Rule went to the university, Makerere, very many years ago, and studied Bachelor of Arts in Social Sciences. But she had her passion somewhere. She said, I cannot remain in this field, yet I have passion and zeal for another field. She said, I can do herbal medicine. So she went to National Chemotherapeutic Research Institute and became a certified herbalist. And she has that certificate. She's here with us this afternoon. You're welcome. Thank you very much. So we're going to dive into the discussion and see what it means by herbal medicine and how herbal medicine can be used to treat men's health. Now, Elder Sentong, would you mind praying for us before we begin?
Let us humble ourselves for word of prayer. Dear Lord, we thank you for this time when we are going to talk about your creation. When you created, you gave us love and protection. Now that we are going to speak about your creation, dear Lord, may your blessing be with us. May your Holy Spirit give us wisdom so that your children can benefit. In the name of Jesus Christ, we have prayed.
Thank you very much, Elder Sentong. Church, like most of us know, my name is Michael Mpeka, and I'm a Mbara University training pharmacist now. All of us know that at least 90% or 99% of the medicine we use comes from herbal medicine, right? Herbs, not so? Everybody knows that. And when the herbalists were developing medicine very many years ago, they discovered that medicine can be found in 5 different ways. Medicine from herbs was discovered through dreams. Someone would just dream, would sleep and dream about a herb, and then in the morning he picks a herb, and by chance, the herb does the work they are looking for. The other method was through trial and error. You get a wound, then you try different herbs. You try this herb, it doesn't work. You try the other herb, it doesn't work. You try the third herb, it works. So then you discover this herb actually does what? Works for this wound. You get ulcers, you try different herbs, they work. Some of them don't work. Then you rely on that one and you say this one really works. The third method was observation of animals. An animal gets a wound, maybe a goat gets a wound, then it moves around. The goats have a sense of, they have that sense. They keep on moving herb by herb, herb by herb, herb by herb. So you find the goat eating a certain herb, and after 2 days you see the wound healing. The wound healing. Then you discover that, whoa, this herb actually treats wounds. The fourth method was actually what you call the doctrine of signatures. Now this is what I'm going to show you. People in the PA, my slides are not moving. All right, so people who are very far, you're not going to, people who are very far, you're not going to observe this. So now this is the doctrine of signatures. We're talking about herbal medicine today. Now, the herbalists in the 1600 discovered that actually everything that was created by God had a signature and a sign on it. And that sign was a demonstration of what that thing does. What do we mean? That the color of the herb, when you dissect the herb and look at how it looks inside, and when you look at how it is shaped, its shape, it would actually give the function of the herb. What do we mean? If you look at this thing here, that one is an apple. I mean, that one is a carrot. That one is a carrot. The first picture is a carrot. When you dissect a carrot, when you cut a carrot like this, and you look at the carrot, it looks like the pupil of an eye. And therefore, herbalists believed, and it is for sure true, that when you cut a carrot and eat it severely and you have an eye condition, the eye will be healed. The next picture for me, that picture you see there, is a tomato. It is red, and when you dissect it, it looks like the heart. And the herbalists believe that when you cut that tomato and eat it, it actually treats heart diseases. The next one is grapes. They also look like the heart. They say that when you eat grapes so much, you don't suffer from heart diseases. The next one is a walnut. It looks like the brain. That when you actually use walnut for a long time, you are very bright. If you give it to your children, they are the best in class. You give wonderful submissions when you come to church because you take walnut. The next picture is okay, let's look at the avocado. The avocado looks like the uterus. They say when you take avocado, women, when you take avocado for a long time, your hormones are balanced. You can actually shed away birth weight, and therefore you don't suffer from those, even cervical cancer actually. You don't get it. Now, men, look at that picture. That is a banana, right? And a cucumber. What does it look like? I don't know. But they say that actually when you take cucumber and banana for a long time, your manhood is strengthened. Look at the next picture. It is peanuts. It looks like the men's, today's church is Sabbath, we shall not talk everything. But it looks like men something, and when you take it, it actually increases sperm count. You see? Look at that picture there, up there. What does it look like? They are sweet potatoes. They look like the pancreas. And the isolates of Langerhans, doctors here, the isolates of Langerhans, which control blood glucose, are found in the pancreas. Therefore, when you eat sweet potatoes for a long time, you don't actually suffer from what? Diabetics, those conditions. That was the doctrine of signatures, and it is for sure right and true. I don't understand what's happening. I can no longer move my slides. All right. So it is the same summary here. We also brought for you the same things. Now these ones are clear. You can see tomato, it looks like the heart. You can see this one is looking like the bone. This one is looking like the brain. This is looking like the pancreas. This is looking like the uterus. This is looking like the body cells. This is looking like the kidney. And this is looking like ginseng is looking like the nerves. You have seen many, you have seen this. It's looking like the nerves. And the carrot is looking like the body cells. Back to my presenters. That was all for me. Yes, thank you very much. Mrs. Lune. Mrs. Lune.
Yes, please.
You went to the university and studied social sciences. But you decided after a long time to come and concentrate on herbal medicine. Can you tell us why you left your field and went to another field?
Thank you very much. Just a point of correction. I did not leave my field. I'm still a social scientist, and I do it with lots of love. I'm a herbalist by passion and by calling. For the 10 years I was home, I also did project planning and management, and Steve Mujeni is my hobby at UMI. So I decided to embark on doing several projects that can help me as Liz and my family, and also people in my circle, and that is mostly the church members. So that I'm doing herbal medicine as a passion and calling from God.
People cannot get the voices. People in the PA, please come and help us on this. The people behind cannot listen to the speaker. So you're saying it is a calling from God. Amazing. Dr. Sentongo, you did biochemistry.
Yes, sir.
And as far as I know, biochemistry is somehow is kind of different from herbal medicine.
Yes.
Why did you choose herbal medicine?
Well, I want to accept anything that is related to medicine and the human body and giving people life is 100% a calling. It is not something you can do if you're not called. Because the challenges are so many and you can't persistently do it unless if you're called. So I developed love for the plants. I don't know how, but somehow I developed love for the plants. I used to spend, this Elder Kanyesi, you reminds me that there are times I shared videos of plants without anything. So I had that love for the plants. But one old man inspired me into herbal medicine. We met on a trade show. We were selling bags. He was 79 years old and he was selling herbs. So I was next to him as he explained to people. He was talking about cinnamon and those spices, what they do. But I heard him explain those principles wrongly because I knew the science. So I said, Muzei, what is cinnamon? He said, cinnamon is good. It can treat your teeth. It can make you sleep well. I said, how? He could not explain. So I had a very old smartphone. So I tried to Google and read. Everything was nice. So I told him, Muzei, let me sell for you. So I went to his store, he came to mine. I would read, and I taught people about those herbs. They bought everything that evening. He brought another bag the following day. They bought everything. He said, you know, old young man, you stay there, let me stay here. I said, okay. Then later he said, you teach me. I said, I thought you were supposed to teach me. So when I went home, that's when my brain snapped. I said, I think I can do this better than that man. That's when I started to do the herbs.
Thank you very much. And that is a wonderful experience. Mrs. Nune, the men are here and they have come to listen to you. Can you please try to tell us some of the common conditions that men suffer from in this generation?
Thank you, our men of Kampala Central Church, for coming. We are really blessed to have you this evening. There are several conditions that men are having, and the first one is not accepting. You know, men have a God-given blessing of ego. So if men are here, that means they have really humbled themselves and really want to learn. Ladies, can we please clap for the men here? Yes, men don't want to accept that they have problems. So it's a big problem. But if they come and want to learn, we are going to have a better men, we are going to have a better church, we are going to have a better world. Thank you for coming.
So which conditions normally, in your practice, which conditions have you seen men complaining of?
We have a vice these days, and that's prostate cancer. Prostate is disturbing men. We have also diabetes and also hypertension.
Thank you very much. Elder Sentongo.
Yes, sir.
I know you prepared for us some herbs there. Mm-hmm. Would you labor to explain to us these herbs and what they do? Especially like now in the next herb here. Can you try to explain to us where we can get it, what it does and whatever?
Yes, allow me to explain, and I'm standing.
Thank you.
When I sit, my brain sort of sits down. Gentlemen, on a very serious note, these plants you see here, God created for us. Before he created for the animals, it was for us. That love he has for us is why he drove himself to create these plants. That tree you see there, prunus, in Uganda we call it intercessor, is one of the wonder plants that nature has given us. Even if you go to the US, I was talking to medical students from the US. When I mentioned prunus, they said, now you are talking. They know it. It is one of the best trees that are used for men's issues. Actually, today, when you plant that tree in your compound, the moment it grows up, you are not supposed to cut it. The World Health Organization put an embargo on that tree because you're cutting down medicine. You must get permission to cut it down. It is known for treating all prostate issues. In my practice for the last 15 years, it hurts so bad for a man from Uganda to suffer from the prostate. It hurts so bad for a man today to go for prostate surgery. It hurts so bad for you to have an enlarged prostate when this grows in your country. It really hurts. I want to add this. It also hurts so bad for you to get prostate cancer when you have this in your country. It is harvested here and shipped out. And we have this here. When I talked to some guys, they told me it's because people don't know. I said, okay, now let me tell you. So that when you get it, you will never have an excuse of I didn't know. Okay? Now prunus is a tree, it's a huge tree. When you plant it, it will take to about 5 to 10 years to become mature. What do we need from this tree? We harvest the bark. There are some trees whereby all you need is the bark, then it grows back. So they harvest the bark, clean it up, make the powder out of it. How do you use it? It is the powder that you put to hot water. All plants have dosages, and the dosage for this is you're supposed to use it in the powder form so that you can make a dosage. Desist from getting barks, put them in a saucepan and boil, because you don't know how much you're going to take. You have not got a dosage of what you need. All these plants have dosages. So you must get a powder so that you can measure, and all you need is a leveled teaspoon. Normally we have 4 types of teaspoons. They are very tiny ones, those who have been keen in the kitchen. So at least if you have any normal ordinary teaspoon, you need half a teaspoon of that powder. Put it on your hot water and take it. When I say hot, let the water be hot. So that when you brew the tea, later the powder can sink down. That means your water was hot enough. So this is required to prevent prostate issues. Normally we get prostate issues after 40 years. It is supposed to enlarge, that one is known. It's supposed to malfunction, that one is known. You wake up one morning and you can't have a banana. You only have a peeling of a banana. And the thing even early morning does nothing. You don't feel yourself. It means that your prostate has become weak. And therefore it's because you're not feeding it. So the prunus is the best medicine. Apart from that, for the women, it is one of the best remedies for tumors. I have used it to shrink people's tumors and they have really shrunk down. So it can treat tumors. But what I have begun loving it about, again, it is one of the best remedies for treating chest problems, pneumonias, and all those breathing problems. It's a very good one. Now, it is always available. What I want to say is, because you are not going to boil it, don't pick powders from anywhere and put to your tea. You don't know how they were prepared or they were stored. You'd rather get the powder and put it in the oven and bake it so that you kill whatever bacteria it has come with. Then you can use it. Okay? Because you're not going to wash the powder. So for the sake of avoiding infections, you better bake it so that you have your powder which is baked. All right? Because you don't know where it was packed and whatever. But on top of that, I want to say that it is one of the best that we have. We have, let me handle that. Black seed. The black seed is also called, it's a simsim. How many of you know simsim? What's the color of simsim? White. Now this one is black. It is also simsim, but it's black. Normally, the black seeds grow in Asia, I mean in the Arab system, and they grow in the oases where there is little water. The Muslims love this thing and they protect it with all their energy. Because Muhammad told them that it will cure all diseases except death. You get me? It will cure all diseases except death. Why do I love that thing? You cannot treat a human body without feeding it. I have talked to some doctors and I've told them, if someone comes to you with persistent UTIs, loading this body with antibiotics does not heal the body, because you've not fed the body. Today we have a very bad diet, and that has been the biggest problem of all human beings today. You wake up in the morning, you have your kaunga and beans, and you're like, we have eaten. The next day you have rice and maybe peanuts, you have eaten. Indeed you have eaten. You have your matoke and fish, you have eaten. What have you eaten? Proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. 0 minerals, 0 vitamins. And all science from primary tells us that your body does not store minerals, does not store vitamins. Now, if you've been eating like that for 5 months, you're running on which minerals? You're running on which vitamins? Which means your body is going to break down at once. Okay? Now, the black seeds are very high in the zinc mineral. They are very high in so many minerals. So I believe that every medicine I give up every patient, I must include black seed so that I balance your minerals. And many times when you balance the minerals of everybody, all diseases vanish because the body is balanced. Okay? Let's move to another one. Before we leave black seed, you're going to go to the market and find black seed oil. Okay? Someone say, use the oil. There is a reason why God didn't plant trees to produce oil and gave you seeds. Okay? You need the whole seed. The oil will work, but the whole seed is better. We are together? This is called ashwagandha. Ashwagandha grows in Asia, and they bring the roots. It is one of the best at managing anxiety. You're very busy, you're hardworking, you're busy running up and down doing so many things. This will handle your anxiety. It keeps your mind stable. Even when everything is upside down, your mind is stable and focused. The ashwagandha is also very, very good at the male system. It will boost your zinc. It will make sure you have a good blood flow. You know our system runs with the blood flow. Actually, the process gets issues because the capillaries that are taking the blood down get blocked up. And there's less supply of nutrients, supply of oxygen. Then the prostate gets clogged and malfunctions. This one makes sure that the blood flows to your prostate. And it works so well. Let's go to the next one. The maca root. Maca root is also not grown here, but those roots grow like sweet potatoes under the ground. It is one of the superfoods that we have. We have some supplies, people bring them in. But maca root is very good for men's fertility. If you look at the structure of the root, looks like those things that men have down there. Huh? So it takes care of those things down there. Make sure they have a good load of sperms. Make sure it is balanced. It is one of the immune boosters that we have on the market. It is one of actually, it is also very good for women. It boosts fertility double ways. The men and women use it. So it is also very good. Let's go to the next one. That is turmeric. You all know turmeric, don't you? Superfood for inflammations. We all know that we get sick because of inflammation. If you got an accident, the first response your body does, it swells, okay? And the swelling is what we call inflammation. So inflammations are managed by turmeric. Number 2, turmeric will improve your blood flow. Let me tell you, you have so many blood vessels in your body, so many capillaries in your body. if one of them blocks up, you will not leave that chair. Just one. That's what shows you how much God loves us and protects us. You live for so many years and you've never got a blood blockage. And you have so many blood vessels and they're all flowing efficiently. But just because God loves us, we should not abuse those bodies. We should help them. In other words, we should feed them well. Now the turmeric makes sure that you have no inflammation in your system. Women, you're called outside. Ladies, you wanted outside shortly. I believe they have heard. So the turmeric is going to manage all inflammations in your system. And there are people who have prostates which are inflamed. And really, turmeric is the superfood for that. It is going to make sure that your chest problems are handled so that you can have enough oxygen. A man who has less oxygen will have little life to live. You need enough oxygen. That's where I call upon men to improve your physical fitness. Okay? You cannot live without exercise. Please make sure that you exercise so that your body can flow efficiently. So turmeric it boosts your immunity, fights inflammation, it will support the health of your prostate. So we need turmeric.
Women, before you go, there is a negotiation going on. Seemingly, we are going to negotiate first. We are going to negotiate and see whether you can give us some time. Seemingly, they are benefiting from this, right? Yes. We beg the women department to give us some minutes. And can you please talk to the department? They give us some time.
Let me add this also on turmeric. It is one of the spices you should always have in your kitchen. Ladies, always have that in your kitchen. You must have, it is a must have. I will give you an example. Many people have allergies today. And if someone got an allergic attack and they don't breathe, they're not feeling well, that spice there will work wonders when you mix it with milk. You boil a cup of milk, put half a teaspoon of that powder. I want to add this also. Don't abuse that spice. When you put too much in a cup, it is going to freeze your tongue. Its stable dosage is half a teaspoon. When you do more than that, it is going to make your tongue frozen. Okay? It is also a strong antibiotic, so it is very good for your kitchen. Nutmeg. Nutmeg has got two images when you see it. When it is whole, it looks like those things of men. Okay? When you cut it, it looks like the brain. Now those who are aging a little bit and you have that forgetting syndrome, nutmeg is your medicine. It will keep your brain sharp. You will not forget. Me, I have so many clients and I'm not fond of writing. But I make sure I remember everything to the dot. So someone calls me and says, you gave me last month. I said, who are you? I remember immediately what I gave her. Okay? Because you must use these things to help your system have a good brain. So nutmeg, on top of having a good brain, it will boost your mood. You will be happy, and that's what we need. On top of boosting your mood, those who have diabetes, it improves your blood sugar. It is very good. It manages heart diseases. But to make it more nice, for the men, you always have your banana. Not only the peelings, your banana will be there, at least. So it is also very good. Moringa, that's my favorite. You see, because of what I explained about the diet, our poor eating habits, bearing in mind that we Even when you try to eat well, our food is adulterated. The other day I bought, a month ago, I bought a tomato. I have kept that tomato for 1 month. It has not changed even a second. It doesn't get rotten. It doesn't wither. When you find it is as good as I bought it. I asked myself, what kind of tomato does not grow bad? I asked myself, what are we eating? You get? I am told when the guys harvest, they spray chemicals on it so that it doesn't go bad. And these are the tomatoes you're eating. You buy it, get it, and chop and eat. You load yourself with that chemical. I don't know what it does in your body, only God knows. But I want you to learn how to clean those chemicals off. And many times we have sung the same song. Nothing cleans those chemicals off better than the lemon. Buy your tomatoes, soak them in a basin, cover with water, squeeze the lemons, they'll remove those chemicals easily. But I found people who are washing tomatoes with soap. They said, first we wash, I said you're loading chemicals and another chemical. Okay? So, just use the lemon. Now, moringa. Moringa was brought here by World Health Organization. Because Africans, us, we don't want to do things for ourselves. We don't love ourselves. They deceived us that every kilo of moringa will cost 80,000. People planted trees wildly. Even people put in very big farms, they planted moringa everywhere. And the guys waited. When the trees grew, they said, the man doesn't want moringa anymore. People cut down all the trees. Now that is who we are. Even after learning what the trees would do for us, we cut all of them down. But that is a superfood. If you have children at home, keep this in your house. Give it to them as a tea. Because we are told it has a balance of all the minerals, a balance of all vitamins. It is a God-given tree for us. I never give out any medicine without including moringa to any patient. And all my patients have healed. Because their base problem is diet. It is the cause of all diseases. So to the men, it is going to improve your prostate health. To the men, it is going to work as an antioxidant. It is going to prevent cancers. It will make sure you're fertile. You give us many babies. For us, we are okay. We shall teach all of them. Finally, we have cinnamon. Many of you know cinnamon. Cinnamon is a powerful herb. One thing I love from cinnamon, it boosts your immunity perfectly well. Number 2, it is very good at killing all bacteria in your stomach. If you ever get a bacterial infection, there was a time I ate jackfruit. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, the day you get food poisoning is when you learn that bacteria is very dangerous. Because in the There's an experience I will never forget. There was a client I gave cinnamon. She took it home, did whatever she did. She didn't take the cinnamon, ate her food. Then I was at home. Then a call came in at around 8 p.m. at night. Yagwesentongo, I said yes. Also Muntu, I said how? You've killed somebody. I was like, where? How? The woman is here, she's dying. I said, where? She's there dying on the shop. I said, okay, let me talk to her. Then I talked to her, she said, I'm so and so. I said, what has happened? What are you feeling? She said, my head is running off, I can't see, I can't breathe, my legs have stopped walking. I said, what did you eat? I've just eaten food, but the plate was very clean. I said, okay. And the food was hot. I said, okay. Then she explained, I said, you have a bacterial infection. You've got food poisoning. She said, no, it can't be. My food was hot, my plates were clean. Then I said, do you have eyes which see bacteria? But I didn't have time to argue because she was not okay. So when they talked to me after that, my airtime got finished. Those were the times when we didn't have mobile money. I rushed to the shop to buy airtime. I came back. I called her phone. Then some other guy picked it. I said, now guys, listen to me. Go back to this woman's house. They took her back. There is a tin I gave her. Let her use it. If she doesn't get one in 5 minutes, go to hospital. So they picked the tin. Then I said, give her half a teaspoon of that powder. Let her eat it and give her water to take as well. So they gave her half. She took it and took water. Then I waited 5 minutes. I called again. She's here laughing. I said, now look at you. I've never given medicine to her again because she had incriminated me to be someone who has killed her. But cinnamon will heal all your bacterial infections. On top of that, one thing I love about it, have you seen people who have swollen blood vessels on the legs? It is because their veins, the valves in the veins collapse, so the blood keeps falling down. It keeps going down with the gravity. So what cinnamon can do, it can treat those vessels and they get back to their rigidity or they get back to their flexibleness. The people who have high blood pressure, because their blood vessels are ductile, the blood doesn't flow with the vessels. It's like a pipe of water, that when the water pumps, the pipe is stand still and the water has to force itself through. It needs a pump. But our vessels are supposed to be flexible. When the heart pumps blood, the vessel has to accept straight. Then it comes back to its position slowly. Then the blood flows. Some people genetically have those ductile blood vessels. So they have that inherited palpitation, inherited heart issues. So cinnamon has been very good at managing those blood vessels. But for the men, when your heart is working well, your system will work well. When your heart is sick as a man, your system won't function. Because our system works on blood. And therefore, if your blood does not flow well, then you have issues. That's why I'm saying that if you use these things, incorporate them with exercise so that your body can be fit enough to allow blood to flow. So that your system can allow blood to flow and get where it's supposed to go. We have another one left. Now, as the men's ministry, I advised them, let us test these teas today. I know many men have not taken these teas. They have that fear for taking herbs. So we have brought the powder. That powder combines all those we have talked about. So you can choose to combine all at once. Instead of having 5-8 tins and you pick from here, that is wastage. So we have combined all those into one package so that we test those herbs. See how nice it is. And if you've not been taking them, then you will know that you've been missing for a long time. So we are going to test the tea there, and then we prepared a small pack. Each of you will take a small pack home for you to continue taking.
All right, thank you very much. Hand clap for Elder Sentongo. That was so amazing, not so? Mrs. Nune, you heard what Elder Sentongo talked. Now, I work in a pharmacy, and one of the things that makes sales for a pharmacy, ladies, let's come back this side. Let's pay attention this side. One of the things that makes a lot of money for pharmacy owners is Viagra. Everybody has heard about Viagra here? Yes. What do you think is the problem? Why do you think men are buying Viagra so much? Viagra is a medicine that helps men with the issues of erectile dysfunction, premature ejaculation. What do you think is the problem nowadays? Why is it that it's on the market so much?
Thank you very much. I don't know what kind of men buy Viagra, but I don't think they are in here.
If you permit me, I'll even point at them. Some of them are in this place.
No, I don't think they are here. Are you here? No, they cannot be here. This is the right place for right men. The problem, I think, is low self-esteem. If you have a problem, the first solution is in your house. It's on your plate, and it is in your head. You will not get any help with the Viagra because actually when we were at the university, some person took it, that boy from those wealthy families was staying in Akamwesi, and when he took it, he expected to get a service, which he didn't get. So this person died. So I don't think it's a right choice to get. Let's have good diets, let's exercise, let's take the teas. I am a herbalist who actually specializes in herbal teas of different things. If you practice self-love and help every day on your plate, on your table, mental health, there is no need of Viagra. God made you perfect, and when you pray to him, you will not need Viagra. He gave us everything. So getting it from a pharmacy will not.
Thank you very much. Elder Sentongo.
Yes, sir.
Yes, so what brings about these issues? You heard what Mrs. Nune talked about. What do you think is the reason, and which herbs do you have for us that we can use, apart from going to the pharmacy? Do you think we have some natural remedies for men that we can use to help out these men?
Yes, you see, a certain man said that let food be thy medicine. That statement has a lot of power in it. If you spend a month minus putting a herb in your mouth, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. Because most of the foods that we have on the market are adulterated. When you go to get a mango, it has spent 2-3 weeks in a box. It is not a mango. Probably the only foods that we can get on the market that seem to be okay are those that grow underground. The carrots, the onions, because they grow under, they are connected to the soil. But all that grow above are in trouble. They are not good for us. That is why we focus on these herbs, because the market of food system has not put more attention on these. They don't put much energy on them. There is not a lot of energy. If you begin spraying a prunus tree, you're wasting time. The thing has to grow for so many years and looks like it has no market. You get it? So that's why these herbs, people are suffering from those issues because, one, they don't know what to do. Two, they fear to look for solutions. Three, when they try to look for solutions, they are misled. There are times I find men eating mulondo. Huh? They are busy chewing mulondo, but how much mulondo can you chew to give you the right dosage of what you need? Number two, do you know exactly the mechanics of how the mulondo works? Because they will tell you they have eaten mulondo and it has not worked. If anybody has eaten it, it has worked, put up your hand and tell me it has worked. It does not work. But the guys claim that it is doing what? Now let me tell you, we use mulondo to treat people who lack appetite. If you have a child who doesn't want to eat, you give him mulondo tea. The guy will look for food everywhere in the whole house. Why? Because mulondo is supposed to improve your appetite. Now when it improves your appetite and you eat the right food, it fixes your system. Are we together? It gives you appetite so that your system gets the right food and it is fixed. So in other words, they are misusing what they are supposed to use. But even then, the biggest problem is we don't know what we are supposed to use. We begin moving around with information. Then number three, some of our bodies have taken so many drugs. By the time you reach 40, you have taken so many. And your body in a state of confusion, whereby it is not focusing, and your hormones are out of balance, especially testosterone. There are men who have more estrogen than testosterone. Have you met men who speak like women? Eh? There was a hospital I went to, was it Flink? Then I found the nurse was a male. He was like, give me that pen. And I was like, okay, excuse me. So I observed him for a few minutes. As a scientist, I realized his hormones jammed. He has more of estrogen than testosterone. That's why he's behaving like. Now, you can't expect a man who has more estrogen to perform, because the system requires testosterone. Okay? So we have to learn the few things. In other words, every man should have a tin in the kitchen, and that is daddy's tea. We are together? Yes, every evening you scoop a teaspoon and put in your cup, take your hot tea. Because when we grow up, we are supposed to take care of ourselves and help our system. If you don't support your system, then it's going to break down. And the reason is very simple. Because of sin, when you are born, your curve starts from 0, and the curve grows. At this stage when the curve is growing, the body makes sure you live. When you reach 35, it becomes flat. And the body system tells us this man must die. So don't do so much to kill, he has to die. Now from 35, before you go down, we fight, we choose to live. We say we're not going to die. The body says die, you say I'm not dying. I'm going to live. It says, you eat an orange, the body says, don't take in the vitamin C. He doesn't need it. The guy is 35 plus. You leave him. You say, I'm going to take it. Then when you find the orange is bad, you take the moringa, it has out of vitamin C. It says, now the guy has refused, he has decided to leave. Let him leave. Okay? Then the body decides. But from 35 downwards, if you don't fight to live, trust me, you will not. Because the body runs out of nutrients at a high speed. Now in summary, we as men, the biggest problem that we have are about 3 problems. Number 1 is the brain up here. We have grown to learn that we have issues with testosterone. Testosterone alone, which is stored in our down system, in the prostate, is a hormone. A hormone is supposed to communicate in the body. Now testosterone alone will not work unless it is ignited where? That's why for us men we have a weakness with our eyes. These women know. That's why they dress poorly in town. They know we have weakness with our... The eyes are very near to the brain. We have what we call the luteinizing hormone. It is in the brain. It is what ignites the testosterone to wake up and work. Now, even if you have a lot of testosterone and your luteinizing hormone from the pituitary gland is not working, the gentleman will remain down. He will not work. You end up pleading with the guy at night, my friend. Please help. please only for today. I will not disturb you again. Please only for today, you help. And the guy is there looking at you. And you say, please. Then if you have a partner who doesn't understand, she will begin pinching you. She will pinch you. You see, we have a problem, gentlemen. The science of the body is dangerous. Okay? The ladies are built in a system that if you turn on the switch, tap, all the blood piles in the cervical region. Here. It all piles there. And only one act will take back that blood where it's supposed to go. That's why when the switch is turned on and you don't take that blood back, they will feel like beating you up. Not because they want, but because the blood down is saying, please, we need the switch to take us back. And the switch is only and only from getting to the bottom of the whole system. Now the switch is on, the guy here is saying, I'm Zay. Today I don't know. Then you say, my friend, please, you go to the bathroom, you lock yourself, you talk to yourself, you jump. You do like this, you say maybe the blood will go down, it refuses. The thing says, I'm not coming. Let me tell you, gentlemen, that is the most frustrating time a man can have. Those few hours are the most frustrating hours you can ever have. When that guy refuses to stand, that's when you know that trouble can come to a man. So the guy refuses because you didn't service him throughout the whole week. You've taken too much sugar, and sugar kills that man very fast. You've taken too much soda, you've taken too much wheat. All those things have killed your man down. You've had all the diets. You've eaten no normal food. All your food you have is cooked. Luteinizing hormone is majorly found in the onion. How many of you eat raw onions? How many? You're very lucky, doctor. If you don't like raw onions, you're in trouble. Because the luteinizing hormone will be very little and testosterone may be high. I know some of you don't want to smell bad with your onion. But when you finish eating raw onions, The bad stench comes from the onions which stay in your teeth. Even if you brush, they won't go out. You just get chewing gum. Let me give you the trick. You chew your gum after eating the onions. You will not have that smell. It will go. Because the gum will remove everything from your teeth better than the toothbrush that you're going to use. So please eat raw. Ladies, serve these men with raw onions on their diet. Even if he says, I don't give it to him because he needs it. Otherwise, the Kagai may refuse to do things at night. So we need to feed well. Number 2, I was talking about the brain. We as men, we have so many social problems. We have a lot of stress. We are managing so many things. And we don't tell all those things to our wives because they are not built to shock that pressure. When a man takes, many men take loans and they don't talk. Not because they don't want to tell you, but you won't carry that pressure. You will even die in one night. But for us, you take the loan and you still walk. The guy calls you and says, tomorrow I'm taking your car. You say, please take it if you want. And you keep going. But if this woman who receives, they go, hey, the car is gone. Banange, banange. For us, we are supposed to handle that pressure. Now, our heads are carrying so much. Now, when the night comes, the guy says, my boss, the head is down. My boss, the head is what? That's why you put those few herbs to manage your head by force. We manage our heads by force. So we have the stress running after us, we have the diet running after us, and then we also have the management at home. Let me tell you, if your wife manages you poorly, the command will die. Because before you go to sleep, she says, look at you, you're very useless. Yesterday I asked for 100,000, you didn't have. You're a very useless man. This guy is hearing. Say, you are useless. He keeps quiet and waits for you. When the night comes, she begins saying, okay, darling, now you forget what we did. The guy said, you said I'm useless. Now again, when the guy is not going to work. Let me tell you, even if you switch on your brain, the guy heard that you are, he will not do anything. And trust me, that night will be wasted. So the ladies should also handle us with care, because otherwise that hour may fail to function. So as you abuse this man, you know that when that time comes, the guy will see this man as useless, and the thing won't work. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Elder Sentong. That was wonderful, not so? Mrs. Nude.
Yes, please.
Many of us here know that what you herbalists do actually, you go to a pharmacy and buy Viagra, and then fry pumpkin seeds, and mix in that pumpkin seeds, you pound the Viagra and mix, and sell to us at a price twice the price you bought Camagra. Why do you do that? You are an Adventist. Why do you do that? Is it good, and what are the consequences?
Thank you very much. The question, we've seen it, and you've also heard that there are some herbalists that are doing that. It is not right. When you are a herbalist, you're dealing with life, and you should preserve this life diligently. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us get our herbs from the right sources. Some of us have gone to school and we know what to do, and the good thing we are Christians. Actually, some of our herbs we are taught and we are adding value to them. We are working with the National Drug Authority. They certify our herbs, and I have had classmates who are having their herbs on the shelves at Prieka and different other pharmacies. So let's get our herbs from the right sources, right people. If you need any herb, you can come to me. I can recommend you to a good herbalist that has those herbs. It is not right to adulterate anything that you're going to give to your client. God will not be happy with you.
Elder Sentongo, do you have something more to say about that?
Yeah, it is not nice. It is unethical. And there's lack of trust for what you do. There is a reason why you will never hear me advertise on radio or TV. Why? Because a good herbalist does not advertise. It does not. If I do something good to you, you give my number to somebody else. You cannot heal and then keep that in your pocket. You remember what Jesus told the leper? Don't tell anybody, but the guy shouted the whole village. The man has healed us. Anything to do with healing, people will always say it. So desist from people who advertise. It means they're not sure of what they are doing. So it is very dangerous, although some of our counterparts do it, but it is not good.
Thank you very much. Mrs. Lude, Elder Sentongo was there praising how he gave someone Muringa, and within one night, the person was okay. Do you think there are some times when herbs may not work, and therefore you need to refer someone to conventional medicine, to doctors in hospitals? A case in point where a herb you've given someone is not going to work, and therefore they need to go to hospital. Or you think for every condition, herbs will always work?
Thank you very much. Not for every condition that herbs will work. Herbs are preventive. They don't cure immediately. That is why we work hand in hand with the doctors. It's very important. I was sharing with my friends that I will not treat. I will prevent. So if you come to me and you're diabetic and you are dying, I will send you to a doctor, because I have doctor friends. I know where hospitals are, to go and seek for further medication. If you come to me when you're healthy, I will be happy to work with you so that you don't get ill or your condition does not get bad. Because actually what the doctors are using is got from the herbs. And I have learned how to help my friends and myself with these herbs in moderation so that we don't escalate the problem. We are doing majorly the preventive bit. Thank you.
Yes, Dr. Sentong.
The biggest problem with that is one that I've got in my experience. People come to us after they have done everything. Can I say that again? Someone comes to you when the hospital has said, you go, there's nothing else we can do. Now I find myself in a fix when I say, please go to Mulago. I say, no, I've been in Mulago. I've been just in the papers. Why don't you go to Mengo? I went to Mengo the other day. The guys said they have nothing to do. I have one example. There was a lady in Entebbe. She was 75. She got a tumor in her brain, and they got the best doctor in Mulago. They put her on chemo. Then chemo burnt her. It was red, all this part here. Before it was finished, the doctor said, no, go off chemo. You can't do it. So when she went home, the doctor told them, you get the burn cream and apply. She was having pain day and night. Until they began calling and the doctor was not picking their phones anymore. So they called me. I came and said, you know what? Let's go back to first principles. Now, at that point, I had nowhere to send her. Because all the other doctors didn't want to touch her because the senior one touched her. You get it? All the others said, who touched you? If it is professor, we can't do anything. If it is professor, no. Nobody wanted to help because professor had done that. You get my point? So I told her, let's go back to first principles. If it is chemo burning you, let's remove it first, so that you heal the wound. Then you go back to the doctor. So we used charcoal. And in 3 days, the wound was fine. I told her, go back. She said, I'm not going back to the doctor. They burnt me and I go back. I said, okay. Can we balance your minerals and vitamins? We put her on moringa and black seed. Up to now, she's alive. Amen. Because her body was given strength to fight for itself. So there are times when people come to us as a last resort. And wherever you send them, they're like, we have been there. That's why we are here. You get it, eh? But if someone comes to you as the first resort, send them to the doctor. There was one case I had. She came to me and said, I have pain here, and he's really paining, and the doctors don't understand him. And I was like, what's the problem? I said, go and do a scan. She said, no, I've done the scans. The scan guy is stupid. I said, why? He doesn't understand. I told him I have a tumor here. I said, okay. So I called a friend. I said, go to this one. I told him, please check her. Tell the results to me, don't tell her. So she went, and the guy did the scan. He called me and said, I'm seeing nothing. Then I told him, you tell her there is something. Then he said, I've seen a tumor. I said, you see? Eh? Those others don't understand. And I said, come back to my office. She came. Then I looked at her. I said, okay, I'm going to give you medicine and you treat that tumor. She said, fine. I got mineral water. Then packed it well. I said, this medicine is very purified. Have you heard? Yes. Take 2 tablespoons times 3. Have you heard? He said, yes. She took it religiously. 2 tablespoons times 3. After 3 days, she said, your medicine is very good. There is no pain anymore. I'm very fine. Then I said, okay, you come back. She came back. I said, you see? So you're very fine. Go back to that scan. She went. The guy said, I said, tell her now. He told her there is no tumor. You see, the tumor has gone. Those people don't understand. So I told some of my friends, the doctor, I told them, you guys, let us face reality. Every hospital should have a psychological section. Anybody who comes to hospital, the first thing they should do, go and see a psychologist. But your hospitals don't do it. And I've not understood why. If there's a medical person, let them answer me now. Why don't you have a psychological department at your hospitals? Why are you dealing with us as if we are cars? The tire is broken, put a new tire and go. We are human beings with a brain. So I will come to you and I'm not getting healed because my brain has issues which need to be talked to somebody. You don't talk to us. All you do is go to the scan, go to the lab. Results are here, you have malaria. Coatem, go. We are not machines. Okay? So we have those problems. It is a mixed problem. But there are some times when you get ailments which are easy to fix. Has anybody have you ever taken a tablet to look under your tongue? You lift your tongue and look under it? Have you ever taken trouble to look at it? When you go home, try it. There is a time, we have 2 tubes behind. They are long ones. When you're going to eat, those tubes produce saliva. Okay? But if you have a calcium deposit, which blocks that tube, every time you try to eat, your tongue swells, and it's very painful. Has someone ever got that thing? Every time you try to eat, because the calcium has blocked your tube, the tongue swells, and it's very painful. I got that thing one time. I could not eat. Then I called the doctor. The doctor said, you have to come for surgery. I said, He said, yeah. Let me think about it. I have my big book for herbs. I opened. I read. The book told me get a pineapple. I said, the pineapple? I connected the pineapple to the pain I had. I couldn't beat it. I said, no pineapple, no. It is not pineapple. I refused. But every time I wanted to eat, whenever the saliva came, the tongue swelled. I couldn't. Now that day, I had a pineapple in the house. My intention was to cut it for my children. So I cut the pineapple. Then I got tempted. I threw a piece in the mouth. It was accidental. When I threw it in the mouth, I remembered I'm not supposed to. I was like, now I put pineapple, the tongue is going to pain. But you see, the sense of the brain is when you put something in the mouth, you must bite it. When I threw it, I beat it. The tongue swelled a little bit, and it opened a little bit, and the tongue went down flat. Then I remembered, pineapple, pineapple. The pineapple opened. It did the surgery in my tongue. And from that time, my tongue has never blocked again. Now, there are some things which sort themselves quickly. But many of the times, if you assess the situation and the patient has not properly visited the doctor, you advise them. If they hate that doctor, you switch, you get another one. And it is very important to work together. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Elder Sentongo. Mrs. Nune, Elder Sentongo laboured to show us different herbs and what they do. Now, these herbs have a concept called metabolites, primary and secondary metabolites. You know them, you told me about them last Sabbath. Flavonoids, coumarins, saponins, whatever. And these are the things that help actually to heal a patient. Can I go any time of the day, like right now, and harvest a herb, Do you think these herbs have a harvesting time? Do they have a season? Tell us more about it.
Thank you. I am very happy because I am a herbalist who grows my herbs. Most of the herbs that I use, I harvest and I have grown from day one up to the harvesting time. We have learned, or I have learned over time, that herbs have different harvesting times. We cannot harvest very early in the morning because the phytochemicals are resting. We harvest them when the sun is out. And when we harvest, we have SOPs that we do. We don't just go harvest with dirty hands, with uncovered hair. You know, it's a process. It's a whole factory process so that you produce something of quality and which has gone through all the quality controls. Yes, so we have different seasons as well.
Thank you very much. I want to get back to the audience. Elder Sentong, I would like to inquire from you. You know, I've been biased towards herbalists. You are the first herbalist I'm liking. I must confess to you. Because me who sells conventional medicine, I always tell my people, don't risk going to herbalist. But I always send them to you and Mrs. Nune. One of the challenges I have with you herbalists is that you load our patients with a lot of medicine. You give a patient a jerry can and you don't give them a dose. You tell them to take everything. You find the patient taking almost half a jerry can in one day. Don't you think that medicine that passes through the liver has a lot of side effects? Aren't you worried about it?
Thank you very much. It is true. But different herbs have different issues. They have different side effects. For example, those people who normally say, you go and get mururuza, make a full mug. Then someone goes and breaks a branch with 50 leaves. And the guy crushes 50 leaves and makes a mug of mururuza. That's called bitter leaf. Dark green chlorophyll. And sits down and swallows it. Even his hair feels standing on the head like this. You're killing your liver. Because number one, whereas mururuza is good, you've not given the right dosage. Like I talked about dosage. The whole system goes back to dosage. Number two, preparation by boiling is what we call, because we have different ways of doing medicine. We have a decoction, is what we are going to do, put on hot water. We have a concoction where you put in a saucepan and boil herbs, okay? Then we have tinctures. One of the things that we have come to learn with experience is those boiled stuff at one point may not work. Because when you boil in the saucepan, whatever you boil you must take and finish. Number one, because you're not going to preserve. Now if you boil and keep, unless if you've got a natural preservative, these chemicals keep reacting and they also react with oxygen. They get oxidized and the herbs go bad. Then with the time, whatever was given to you in a jerry can begins becoming slimy, which means it has got spoiled. So that's why we desist from the boiling. We either give you a powder, you take a measurement, or we give you a tincture. A tincture has a shelf life of 3 to 5 years. What you have boiled in a 5-liter jerry can, I'll give you a small bottle of 100 ml and say take a teaspoon, put it on a full cup of hot water. You take it when it is fresh and the dosage is controlled. So the issue with the liver and whatever, all the other organs happens because of overdosage. So poor management of dosages is what causes that issue. But if not that, then the herbs are properly controlled, they are safe.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll get back to you. But when we're talking about medicine, every time we're talking about medicine, and my professor of medicine is in this congregation, I don't want to go without introducing him. Dr. Chan Moses, please wave to us. Wave to us. That gentleman you see is the one who taught us about medicine. Please say hi. That gentleman you see can mention drugs for 3 hours without looking anywhere, just from his head. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want questions from you. Yes, Elder Biletti, please come once the cameras capture you.
Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening, children of God. It's a comment and a supplement and a thank you. Not necessarily a comment, not necessarily a question. Something came here about advancement. There are a number of professions where you do not go out to advertise what you do. Matter of fact, for those who study law, in the past, there were only 3 professionals known in the law. That was theology, medicine, and law. These things today we talk about, I'm a professional soldier, I'm a professional whatever, these are not professions. In the law, there are only 3 known professions. Today, this art of advertising yourself is not known. Now, this may not happen to you. I'll come to the question later on. I won't take a short time. I want this audience, especially those who know Adventist Church. We have a radio called Prime Radio. In this radio, there are some herbalists who advertise themselves. And we, the church, we give the opportunity. These are not Adventists, by the way, but they go advertise their herbs in Prime Radio. One day I had some issues. So I talked to my wife. My wife said, no, you go to these people here. So I said, okay, let me use myself as a guinea pig. So I used myself as guinea pig. I said, let me go. I went to those people who advertise herbal medicine on Prime Radio. I have my knowledge. I know my testosterone levels, what I should have. I'm about 40, but I'm about 40 years of age. So I'm in that period. I know those issues there very well. So I went there. The man came, their place is, you can go there and think you're in the State House. Very nice. So the man started talking. Now you see, your testosterone is too low. It's supposed to be 2,000. I look at the guy and said, I hope you know who you're talking to. I am educated. I have 2 degrees. So you cannot tell me I should have testosterone of 2,000. Then he said, that's okay, give me the bill. So he gave everything. The amount was coming to 3 million. I said, okay, you'll see me. Up to now, I've not gone there. These fellas, they use our radio to advertise their things for these things here. I wonder, I don't know why the church is doing this kind of thing. It's a disservice to church members. If there's somebody here who works in Prime Radio, I'll go to him and say, you man, you are killing us. It doesn't matter who you are. But back to these people here. Friends, I'm not promoting them. I told you I'm about 40 years. So I've gone through those issues there. I know why many marriages break. When the big man breaks down, marriages, the bedroom becomes a war room. I know those things there. But I have ever gone to these fellas here, and I think I'm doing fine. Well, if you got me, so if you didn't get me, you sleep. I think I am doing well. These fellas are educated. They are our own. I've listened attentively to how they prepare their things. I've also gone to some people there. They are selling. First of all, this herbal medicine, I come from Arua. I can tell you how many bus truckloads of medicine come from Arua. So many of them, they manufacture somewhere here, and all the rubbish goes into some people here. So I know these things somehow. But yes, I go to the conventional medicine. I also do my own research. I don't want to put things in my body anyhow. So I do my research and I test them. I ask what this is for. So here, I've gone to him. He has told my wife, do this, like that, and I'm here to testify. These things, I'm a living testimony. So, these things work, but also have your intelligence. And above all, please, if there's anybody who is connected to Prime Radio, can you take my bitter agony? Tell Prime Radio not to use the master's radio for bogus things. We are misleading people. That office where I went to, there for this, I went to, you see so many miserable men. They are there, a long line, very miserable people. But all this they get information from where? From primary radio. Let us do primary radio for masters radio, not for bogus things. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Someone else has a question? Yes, please come and take the floor. Come, everybody with a question, come and take this seat here. It is empty.
Thank you so much, dear panelists and the moderator, plus the entire church. Happy Sabbath. My name is Apple. I would like to kindly request Dr. Sentongo, when you are teaching us here, there's something you talked about, someone who took cinnamon and was in a sorry state, and they called you, even Forrester choosing you to have killed someone. I did not capture well or listen at it very well. What the remedy did you give that person to get up? That's the first question. The last one is, I'm not a doctor, I'm a social worker by profession, but I made a little bit of personal research regarding blood groups and what the right types of food in relation to someone's blood group and what you're supposed to eat to avoid reactions. And I come back to the point of pineapple. When pineapple did that miraculous surgery to your life and it helped you, it was so amazing to hear that. Its usage and its importance. However, we are cautioned to some. I'm glad because our panelist, our moderator is a medic. They teach us that we should balance, like someone who is blood group O. He has a lot of acids in his body. He's not supposed to eat what? Pineapple. But the moment you eat something that is enriched in high vitamin C, it charges, which triggers negative reactions to the body. So how can we arrive to better benefits using herbals vis-a-vis observing the conventional medical regulations and as far as blood groups is concerned? Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, the panel. I also have a concern. I also had someone from Prime Radio and went there, and this doctor brought something that was like a computer. I don't know that thing that they put and they're like, your heart is sick, your kidney is sick, and then I'm like, I'm going to die because everything in my body is sick. It is like a TV something, and they'll show you that almost the whole body is rotten, you know? And their medicines are so expensive. They're going to tell you 600,000 a dosage, or 700. Then they'll give you a sheet of papers like 10. This. So this person scares you to death. And they make sure they manipulate you. Or you're going to the bank and get that money, they want it because they'll give you like 100 tins. But what is funny, sometimes when they assure you this, you don't even go to a machine because he has already showed you, this machine is showing you what exactly is in your body. And I don't know why the church is accepting this. And very many people are going through this. Then another thing, after COVID, some doctors changed their laws. A person is going to tell you you have cancer when you don't have it. because they want to extort money from you. So we all have to be careful because people are so money-minded. People no longer care about others because the Bible told us during the last days, things are going to be really terrible. People are so selfish. This guy tells me, you have your kidney is sick, your heart is sick, your liver is sick, you don't have blood. I was like, banana. I bought all these things. They took me like 800,000, took them home, started taking them, but I almost died. Because I used to go in my periods and it was like a basin of blood, you know? Then I felt like, I'm getting worse. But all I needed was to do exercises because I had put on weight and I had started getting paralyzed. I had like 100 kilos.
All right.
You know?
Thank you very much. The doctor has captured your question. Yes. Next person.
Thank you very much. You know, in the Bible they tell us, in the last days there will come false prophets. I'm adding on what she said, but mine is less. We had a medical camp, we had an outreach. We had gone for a camp in this Nalumonye, this our church. The other church we put that side. Then we found a lady, she had come into the dental section, and she told me that she had spent 2 weeks when she's not tasting food. And we have made research and we found that many people are using these things to make money, and even when they don't have any knowledge. My question is there a council of herbalists that these people, maybe they are approved by that council? I'm asking you, is there a council that approves those herbalists who are saying those herbs? Or it's just someone goes into the garden, just uproots what he uproots, adds some jinga even when it's not needed, and just goes and sells? Because I found someone, all the teeth were looking like those ones of the goat, and you were like, Manya, I don't taste. Like, things were like...
All right,
awkward.
Thank you very
Then
much.
lastly,
Yes.
again, I should say maybe we should become careful. Now this one is not a question. We should become careful because when you go out to buy, not everything they will give you to be cheering. You should have someone whom you trust. Let us have trust in people. Let us get things from people whom we trust, not everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. For me, they are like two, I'm not asking, but I'm also...
Microphone, we can't hear you. Put the microphone close.
I'm also like, I'm recommending herbals. Number one, I heard my dad, who was by then 56 years around, he was on a pulpit, it was a Sabbath. Then from nowhere he collapsed. To find it was high blood pressure. What made his blood pressure to go to the normal, it was herbals. And now he's 76 years and the man is okay. I'm not saying that herbals are bad. If you meet the right person, they will do you something good. Secondly, I myself, I think it was in COVID. I was stressed with the cough. I took all first primary drugs, antibiotics, it failed. Second generation, it failed. I said, I'm tired of drugs. What should I do? I was stressed of cough. I was coming from church. There is elder who said, Arua, they have a lot of drugs, a lot of herbs. I was bypassing Arua Park. I just saw a small thing. It was like, it's like a seed. I don't know what it is. But I have ever heard that it cleanses the body. Because I was tired of taking antibiotics, I just said, how much is this? Each seed is 1,000. I took it. When I reached home, I crushed it. The cough went there and then. The last thing, it is an advice. Between us, the congregation, and the herbalists. Members, we need to be very careful. We are in a world where everything is commercialization. There is commercialization. People are looking for money. That one you have to know before you consider anything to take. Secondly, these are things we are getting. I think even high blood pressure, kidney problems, heart problems, brain problems. These are things that everybody, regardless of age, is no longer elderly these days. Let me say us, you reach a stage you get stressed of going into hospital. We have received many clients like that. You are stressed. A patient has a box of drugs from the hospital. The drugs themselves are weakening the patient. Now patients, we say, now what should we do? Let us find natural things. Now we come to our herbalists. The advice, I wish our herbalists in our fellow church, you can advise whenever these people come to you. These kidneys, heart, and brain, they are very delicate. If you simply take these herbals, they end up weakening your organs very fast. So, I'm requesting that members, let us always find good people to advise us before you consider taking a herbal drug. Otherwise, in a way of treating, you are causing another problem. I believe that is my comment.
Thank you very much. Members, we recognize the presence of the head of health ministries. Since this is a health talk, Dr. Kule, please stand up and wave to us. That is the head of health ministries, KCC. And the elder Keith is also among us. Please stand up and wave to us. That is the elder in charge of health at Kampala Central Church. We are here. We are blessed to be here. Yes, elder.
Good evening, church. Today's, the one I read is that natural remedies for men's wellness. I'm just going to supplement on something. God gave us each and everything. When we were created, all our organs are fine, right from the word go. But basically, I can say two things. One, our lifestyle. Two, our diet. Many of the things, when we start running to the doctors, start with us. What do we eat? The things which we are supposed to eat are the ones which build these organs and make them fine. They build our immunity. The doctors are all here. This one I'm going to say it. There is no single drug that heals. There is no single drug that heals. What a drug does is to arrest the condition, and the natural immune system starts to do its work. Therefore, if we are eating the right things, we shall be able to be well. Many times we eat food and somebody is eating chicken, meat, what? At the end of the day, there are no greens. It doesn't take fruits. And then you say, I am sick. In the fruits, in the vegetables, that's where the vitamins are. Men, the nakati, the jobio, the katunkuma, that's where we are supposed to go. But if we shall be there and our diet is meat, chicken and what, that's when our problems are going to come. So therefore, me, I advise men, even the women, please eat those things which will be able to make your organs well, so that we don't run to the doctors. You see, the doctors can be able to diagnose, but it comes after, because our lifestyle has not been good. Few people, one of the drugs for us, all of us, the first one, I don't know whether you know it, water. Water. How many liters of water do you take a day? Our blood is composed of 90% water. Therefore, for me to the men, I advise you this. Prevent and is better than what? Cure. Let us eat those things. Please make it a point that vegetables, fruits are part and parcel of you. And lastly, any book concerning health, there must be what we call exercise. Each one of us must do some exercise. However small it is, it helps the circulation of the blood and it will be able to reach all the capillaries. Please, lifestyle, diet, and exercise. That's my compliment.
Thank you very much. Remember, he was a player of Uganda Cranes, so when he tells you about exercise, he's very sure about what he's saying.
I was about to use the name I baptized him, but I don't know whether he will be comfortable with it. Thank you very much, Elder Sentongo and Sister Liz. Mine are two simple ones, but they are very important. You talked about processing and packaging. Now, when you talked about baking, whatever back that you've gotten, I believe in the science that I know, you are changing the chemical content. Somehow you are twisting on the chemical makeup of this thing. Now, how is it going to be able to treat me when I have done what? Put it through, still with you. Yes, the onion may be smelly, but in the process of you using chewing gum to remove the smelliness, then you are affecting the dental hygiene. So you are making room for Dr. Boris Mbeka to again make money out of what? Of your patient. So let them bear with eating the onion that is smelly, but we need the dental hygiene. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Please, the microphone gets back to me. I'm going to request Elder to answer those questions. And then members who have our tea there, don't leave it for us. We are going to listen to the answers, then we summarize this discussion, and then we are ushering in for tea. Elder Sentongo, before you answer, even there is this one here, someone wrote on paper. Men always take coffee to boost manpower. How is it? Some take caffeine. How is it in boosting manpower?
Thank you very much. Coffee, what coffee does, it improves your blood circulation, speeds up your heartbeat. That's why we don't so much recommend it as a church, because we do not know how your heart, whether your heart will manage the pace at which the coffee will switch you. Because unfortunately, most of the people have issues with their heart issues, with their hearts. So you take coffee, you get palpitations, your blood pressure rises. Actually, sometimes we use coffee to treat low blood pressure. Blood pressure is too low. You take coffee so that it can raise up. Meaning if you take it and your blood pressure is already normal, it will shoot the pressure. But coffee opens up your blood vessels and allows blood to flow. That's why it is used as, it's used to improve libido in men. We don't recommend it so much because there are alternatives that you can use, okay? Unless if you're really stuck. Number two, members have complained about the expenses of how other herbalists charge you. I want to tell you that a good herbalist who has been called to serve people cannot charge you millions of money for medicine.
Elder, we can't hear you. We can't hear you. Can you put the microphone closer?
A good herbalist who was called to serve cannot charge you millions of money to be treated. Okay? Because we know that the medicine is made by God. I cannot claim to heal you. That's what I tell most of my patients. One of them came to me and said, they have told me that you're going to heal me. I said, they have lied to you. He said, no, aren't you so? I said, yes. But it is you. I said, no, it is not me. Me, I don't heal. I'm going to give you what I think you need. then you take it the way I tell you, plus change your lifestyle. And also pray, then God will heal you. So if you don't get healed, don't look for me. This is not my problem. Me, I have given you what you need, okay? So you can't say, you man, I don't heal you. So in that realm, I cannot charge you millions of money because I can't heal. Otherwise, if I charge you, then I must heal you, which is not right. Number two, someone talked about cinnamon. The lady with cinnamon who had a bacterial infection in the stomach was healed by cinnamon. She had not used it yet, but she had it. Okay? So I advised them to use it. Is that clear? Then you talked about blood groups. The science of blood groups, I have read so many books. They are not clear about blood groups and food. It is a theory that one man came up with. But all the science we have read from childhood has never talked about food and blood groups. So there is no way some guy comes up and says, blood group O, don't eat vitamin C, you'll die. No. I don't believe in that. Okay? So please, food is food. And the blood group is a blood group. The work of the blood group was not to segregate us from food. The duty of the blood group helps us in blood transfusion and whatever and other things. But I've read so many books, I have not found concrete evidence when people are saying, blood group, oh, man, you are supposed to eat only meat. Don't eat anything else, you will die. How would you put someone on meat alone? Aren't you going to kill this person? So it is wrong, according to me. That small machine they put on you is like a small CT scan. It uses electricity to play around. If you want to know about yourself, go to hospital, they put you in a big CT scan and give you a good report. That small one will not give you a good report. She will also add on that, there is a council, there is a law that was made 2019, about the management and control of the works of herbalists. But you know our country and how things work. So if you know our country, how things work, it is difficult for them to put the law into serious action because there's another law that they were trying to make in the parliament, which should give them the power to do arrests and other things. When they tabled that law, it was vague. Because the law said, if you're a herbalist, you must have a proper place that is clear and neat. Then the witch doctor said, I'm also a herbalist. Me, my jaja does not stay in a clean place. We stay in a small hut. Then the law said, you must give out your medicines properly packed. The witch doctor said, no, jaja puts it in a cavera and gives you, and even spit something on it and give you. Then the law said, you must go back to school and study. The witch doctor said, I don't take jaja to school, come on. Jaja tells me what to do and then I do. And then he said, so when the law went to the president to sign, he was like, now these witch doctors, what will I do? They are going to arrest all of them. He said, go back and revise the law. So the law was hanging. But the old law of 2019 still works. There is a council which regulates, okay? But we know how Uganda works. So, like someone said, we should use our heads. Elder talked about the baking. It is true, there is a certain amount that is lost, but according to my experience, there is the proper temperature. That I know that at that temperature, the bacteria will die, and you lose about 20% of the content of the medicine, you remain with the 80%. So with that calculation and experience I have used when I give out those drugs or herbs, I've realized that the herb still works, but at least does not carry infections from these people who put them out in the sun or whatever they hang them outside and they don't know how to dry them. The chewing gum thing, true it has some sugar, but it helps to clean the mouth. They may not do well with the smell of the onion, but she whispered to me and said, you can drink hot water after eating onions. Maybe it can help also. So you can do hot water. As I conclude, because now time is up, the biggest challenge we have today is people have taken antibiotics to cure a cough and they are not working. And the children have taken antibiotics to cure a cough, they are not working. The reason is one, we have given medicines to our children as food. That milk you give to children when they are young, and the yogurts you give to children from the supermarkets, and the packed foods you give to children from the supermarkets with preservatives, have got medicines in them that are antibiotics, which keep them have a long shelf life. By the time this child gets an infection, the antibiotics will not work because the child has been feeding on antibiotics. The milk we give to our children is got from cows which are injected with antibiotics, and there is no control system that if this cow was injected, don't give out the milk. The guys want money. So our children take milk full of antibiotics. Now by the time they get sick, the antibiotics are not working. That has been also another challenge. The other challenge is breakfast. You have found issues with packing breakfast for children in the morning. You pack things which will be easier for you to pack. So it is easier to grab a soda, it is easier to grab anything that is easier to grab. And this is killing our children. By the time the child finishes primary school, they have taken so many bottles of soda, so many bottles of Minute Maid, and you've never seen a truck of mangoes at Coca-Cola making Minute Maid. Now I don't know, but we should kill this disease of laziness and save these children from future diseases. Are we together? When you go to supermarkets, please explain to these children. Tell them this is a soda, it's made in the factory. There is even not sugar in this soda. Because if we had sugar in soda, whenever sugar prices would rise, we would see soda rise. But even if sugar prices go to 10,000 a kilogram, soda will remain on 1,000. There is something else they use as sugar, and it's not good for us. So please mind the diet of the children, and also mind the diet of ourselves so that we can live longer. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Elder Sentongo. Lastly, Mrs. Nune, as you answer the rest of the questions, I also want you to tell us about the lifestyle changes that we can do alongside the herbs for us to be healthy. And also, a member in the congregation would like to join herbal medicine. How would you inspire them if they wanted to join?
Thank you very much. Herbal medicine is one of the interesting fields that are being recognized now in Uganda. There's a bill in Parliament that is about to be signed. I've actually gone through the hands of Dr. Nambatia and several other qualified doctors who are training us to be better. We are even working with other universities in China to make sure that our herbalists in Uganda are better than those that were there. There's an intake that is coming up in April. So if you want to join the National Chemotherapeutic Research Institute, you're welcome. We have, so far, we are under the DIT, and there are 3 levels. There is level 1, where you're taught how to grow these herbs. I was actually recommended by someone because I was growing the herbs personally. Then there is level 2, where you're taught how to add value to these herbs that you're growing. And there's also level 3, where you have to now go industrial. You're taught how to do the different dosage forms and how to make sure that you can be able to be certified under the National Drug Authority when you have a product to put on the market. Thank you very much. Then there are also some lifestyle changes that we can do to help us be better. We can have exercises. This will help us to manage our weight. Also, dieting is very important. Stress and anxiety management are very, very important for us to be healthier in this environment. Then we should also embrace the herbal remedies. People, let us stop taking coffee, let us stop taking teas, let us stop taking kawa majani all the time. Let's have an assortment of the different herbs in our shelves, in our kitchens. This will also help us. Then also improve the relationship qualities. We are so much related to the people on our phones than the people around us. I don't know if you came in today here, you were able to say hello to about 10 people. Most of us have nones. So we are killing the relationships of the people around us. Some people come to church and don't even feel that they have worshipped. They're on their phones, on Facebook, chatting with their friends around. Yet someone around you needs you to say hello to them, needs you to be their friend. So it's also very nice to have quality sleep. I've been having a challenge with sleep, but I'm better now because I am taking several herbs that are helping me to have quality sleep. One of them is sour soup. And I'm really now enjoying, and chamomile. So I have the chamomile teas. Before going to bed, I take some. I give my children the herbal teas. My husband has adopted. He's now also enjoying the herbal teas. So it's very important for us to embrace such a lifestyle.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, don't you think the Adventist men have done wonderful to bring this talk this afternoon? Yes. How many say that we should bring it again? Elder Kawagoza and Dr. Lune, I want a representative from the men's department to come and give a vote of thanks to the audience and also come and tell us about the Adventist men in just 1 minute. And then we shall usher us for the sample. That is not tea, it is a sample. And we shall also give you samples, take home, taste from home. But before the Adventist men come, I want us to do one thing for the panelists. The panelist is going to stand up and we give them blessings. This is how we're going to do it. We're going to say blessings, blessings, blessings to you. We send them blessings and for them they receive the blessings. Let's begin with Mrs. Lune. Please stand up and they give you blessings. The church gives you blessings. Blessings, blessings, blessings to you. Elder Sentongo. Someone, blessings, blessings, blessings to you. Myself, blessings, blessings. The second time, blessings, blessings, blessings to me. Thank you very much. Please. Someone has a burning question before you come. Just one question.
Not in fact a question, but before a representative from the Adventist men, I really couldn't hold the excitement. Though I came in late, but I would really want to appreciate you because, you know, most talks are about women. And we've always had our elder Sentongo talk to us. And I think normally men, you see us with, you know, those spices. So I'm so excited that, you know, you've started a good journey, which I would request that please don't stop. Encourage the men because we can't work on one end and the other side is, you know, diminished of this. So thank you so much, the Adventist men leaders, and may God bless you for this.
Amen. I was going to say happy Sabbath, but I remembered that it's already evening. Members, I want to thank you very much for your patience. I want to thank you for staying here up to this time. And Brother Peka, Michael, Elder Nicola, Elder Sentongo Roberts, and my lovely wife, Liz Elizabeth. I'm one of those who has benefited from those herbs. Those of you who knew me some years back, I had a big stomach. And now I've learned to behave. And I've got a lot of alternatives to my life. And I've improved. My health was deteriorating. And I am a beneficiary of these natural remedies. So I want to encourage you all to take these messages seriously, and you are free to reach out to them. They have the products. That was me. I wanted to see by a show of hands how many have benefited from this. Amen, amen. The men's department hopes to present to you more with such kind of experts, and we hope that we will all learn and be able to pick what is in nature. There is a book I saw. Do you have it there? There's a book. Some of this information, you think it's for Elder Sentongo. Some of this information is actually in the Ministry of Healing. If you read the Ministry of Healing, these are our publications. You can find this information in those books. They are sold there at ABC. Even Brother Kato has them. Medicinal plants. So we're not getting them from our heads. It's part of our ministry as a church. I hope that you will be able to buy them. They're expensive, but it's worth the knowledge that is inside there. May God bless you, and may you be richly blessed. We will have another presentation on the 26th of April, so get ready. With those few remarks, let me ask my elder to make the closing remarks and also close.
I want to thank the whole church for sparing time to attend today's program. Our panelists, Brother Mpeka, thank you so much. I want to thank our God for the gift of creation. Members, God created everything for a reason. So let's use God's creation wisely. Me personally, I have benefited, and my wife, she's around. Men, let's clap for our wives, because now I'm very sure they are the ones who have benefited more. Let's have a hand clap for our wives. One of the panelists said, for us men, we don't want to accept when we get challenges. That's very true. I'm very sure today we have learned something. Let's utilize whatever we've learned, and we are going to have more of this, because most of us, we've not been aware about the experiences we have had today, more so from our panelists. Doctor, thank you so much. And my wife, I'm not saying she's my wife because she's a wife to my brother, so in our culture, when somebody is a wife to your brother, is your wife. So Madam Liz, thank you so much. Thank you so much, church, for attending. May God bless us. As we are going for a cup of tea, let's humble ourselves to add a word of prayer. Our Father in heaven, we thank you so much for the gift of the Sabbath day. Lord, we thank you so much for the gift of wisdom you gave to each one of us who is here. We thank you so much for the gift of creation. You created everything for a particular reason. And when you created everything, you made sure that we shall utilize those things for our growth, to get wisdom. So today we have learned a lot of things for our souls. As we are going to partake the tea which was prepared, may it be of benefit to our earth, and may it change our usual ways of living. We want to accept that you've been with us since the Sabbath day began. Continue to be with us until we leave this place. I pray all this believing and trusting in your name.